What's up?
What's up, man?
And welcome, everyone, to episode 25.
25.
Quarter of a century.
Dos Cinco.
That's wild, man.
Dude, that is a true milestone.
True.
It
is a true milestone, that is for sure.
I've been here for 4 of them.
I know, man, and I mean, I've enjoyed you on every single one of them.
I've enjoyed it every time.
Yeah.
It's been great. Speaking of, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast on all major platforms. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at AroundWTheBoys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Videos are up there now. It's great.
Yep.
And right now, we are live on Twitch, which is a new thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be streaming the recordings live and then releasing them the following week.
Yep. Because with Thomas's episode, we got a week ahead, so now we can do that, and it's a cool little feature.
That was awesome.
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
He is like the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, like the surfer version.
The cool version, like not like a Buzz Killington. He's just really smart. Like he's the man. Like
Dude, Thomas has always been super cool, though.
I mean,
like forever.
Super positive. You know,
like
good positive vibes. Good guy to be around.
So smart too. Holy moly.
Yeah, man, and that's what's crazy because none of us. I mean, he was just surfing in high school. Nobody really.
He was low key.
Well, nobody really hit the books that hard, you know.
Well, he even told us, he was like, I got like C's in high school. I didn't care.
Exactly, dude. This man cared about
surfing. Then he found his passion.
Yeah, but he cared about surfing and making videos and taking pictures, like with his dad, like.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that was still awesome.
Low key genius, and he's an interesting guy, and I look forward to all his projects in the future, and we'll definitely be covering that over here on Around with the Boys.
And he will be back.
Oh, for sure.
That's a fact.
I'll be honest, like I'd like to go on that the Alaska one.
How nuts would that be?
That's wild.
That'd be sick.
That would be really sick.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to that episode.
Yeah, peep episode 24.
Well, I just hate that, like, Guinness got all safety.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know, like, he's doing cool stuff, but there's all the safety. Can't get you. Like,
Guinness got a little soft.
Start our own record book.
Yeah, for real. But he said he's going to do it anyway. I mean,
I love it. I love the determination.
And like I said, dude, Surfer Magazine, like, where you at? Like, this guy. But he needs to do it and then put it on there because I don't know. They'll try to
make it happen and then
because they'll try to like mess with it or taint it. Like
exactly.
No, we want Thomas's vision. So nobody tells Surfer Magazine until he's done. So anyway, but
moving on today, it's Friday. The sun's out now. Earlier, it wasn't.
No.
So I don't know if y'all saw what I posted on the Instagram today, but holy hail! It was hailing like a motherfucker, dude. That was insane. So I was sitting right where you are.
It was dangerous.
And I looked out the window. And because I stare west, right? And I was like, dude, the end of the world is coming. Like, the clouds, this is nuts. And I'm messaging with my boss, and she's like, yeah, my daughter just showed me a video of it hailing in White Lake. I said, well, get your umbrellas.
Yeah.
It's about to start here. And, man, it started coming down. The thunder thunder and lightning was gnarly first. And then it came down. It was like little pebbles. It stopped for like 10 minutes. And then it just, hell just came over my fucking house, man. I'm telling you, it was like I had a fucking band on the roof. It was so loud, dude. The dogs losing their minds, hiding under the desk and shit. And then I start hearing it hit the windows. And it was like, there's kids out there like throwing snowballs. This is what it sounded like. Just constant snowballs hitting the window.
Yeah.
I walked out there, and it was freezing fucking cold.
It was so cold.
It got cold, man. James was helping me set posts this morning.
Yeah.
First thing I tore the old fence down yesterday, so we had to do some landfill runs. And it was, if we were like, oh man, it feels great this morning. It was like 68, nice and cool.
Yeah.
The storm came on the second trip to the landfill, and we were like about to get shit on. So we're like, let's go ahead and jump out and get this stuff out so we can get out of here. And it literally got freezing cold. It was so cold we turned the heat on in the truck. It dropped to 55, and we were wet.
Yeah,
from the rain.
That rain was cold, man. Like, we jumped out of the truck. We had the windows kind of cracked, and it was like, at first, and then we had the windows up the rest of the way. But when I opened that door and
it was windy,
and when that rain first hit, son,
yeah,
my hair on my arm stood straight up, dude.
100%.
Daggum, I ain't never unloaded shit so quick.
Oh yeah, we had a whole truckload of stuff. I was like kind of keeping a timer. It took us 2 minutes to throw it all in the dumpster.
It was literally raining ice.
Not to mention there was lightning all over the fucking place. And we're by that metal big ass
by
dumpster.
like 17 metal cans. It's not a good place to be.
No, get out of there. But I've never I've always seen and heard about like golf ball size hail. I've never in my life seen it until today.
Well, that's the I remember it hailing like when I'd stay at my grandma's in the summer as a kid. I remember seeing hail, but that's what I was telling James today. I was like, I haven't seen any hail in a long time.
Been a long time.
All I could think about was the movie Twister.
Yeah.
Because like we were on the way to the landfill, and like before it started raining, the clouds are all forming up, looking gnarly. We had classic rock blaring, windows down, it started to get cold. I'm like, dude, we just need Dorothy to fly. That's all we need. You know what I'm saying?
Where's that fucked up witch at?
Do you know what I'm talking about, John?
Nah.
Yeah.
Of Oz.
So if you're just tuning in, John doesn't watch movies.
Yeah, shame on me, right? Either way, let's get into it. Taylor is here today because...
Well, we, in bowling league, took first place overall in the 32-week men's... It's called Up for Grabs is the name of the league, but it's like 4 teammates. It's a men's league. It's not a co-ed league, but it's the probably the biggest league at Cardinal Lanes Beach Bowl, and we brought home the gold.
Dude, this is epic.
And a pocket full of money.
Yeah.
32 weeks.
32 weeks, 4 quarters,
Ladies and gentlemen,
apiece.
that is commitment.
Commitment. I think Taylor's bowled competitively every week for like 4 fucking years.
Let's
4
see.
fucking years.
Let's see. Since the summer of 17, so 17 to 18,
4
19,
fucking years.
20. Yeah, coming into this was the fourth. This starts year 4.
Yeah.
Because
You've
we
got
lived at Long Leaf Acres.
you've got the 32-week summer league, which is the big one, or it's actually called the fall league. It starts in the fall, goes through spring, and then the summer league's coming up. It's only 16 weeks. There's 2 leagues a year, so I've done 7 now, so
Yeah.
3.5 years.
And I did like 3 or 4 seasons with you.
Yeah, because it was me, you, and Hoffman the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was me, you, and Hoffman.
The only one you've missed was this last one,
past
because
one,
when
yeah.
COVID came and it cut last year's fall league short, that was the last time you bowled.
Yeah. So I know about like Taylor's little bowling story, but John doesn't know as much, and I kind of
John bowled in a league
Well,
with
he-
us for
he
one.
bowled-
He did
bowled
a
that
16
league.
week.
I'm talking
16
about-
week
I did
summer.
2. I did 2 weeks. I did 2 leagues.
Did you?
Yeah, I did the first one was
Yep.
16 weeks. And I was like, oh, cool. And you guys were like, yeah, you want to be in the league again? I said, yeah, great.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't
And like
realize it
the
was 32 weeks.
fourth weekend, and I'm like, hey, how long is this one? Like 32 weeks. I was like, 32 fucking weeks. What?
Yeah.
No, that's more than half a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
when
only
you
2
do-
leagues a year then, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
you do the math.
Well-
32 and 16 is 48. At
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
four off weeks.
What I was getting at was like how you got into bowling. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
John wasn't like that. I was more there than John was at the beginning.
Well, when we all lived at Longleaf Acres, I was dating my ex-girlfriend or whatever, and she got a part-time job up there on like Saturdays, just like make extra money. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was me and you were like, fuck it, we'll go up there and, roll a few games and drink some beer or whatever. And then like we ended up meeting some of the people that work there. This dude, Alan's the man. I consider one of my good friends now. We play golf and stuff, fish every now and again. His man's a giant.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gentle giant.
He is a gentle giant. He's like 6'4", large man, large hands, but he's just like the nicest.
Nicest dude. The key thing about Alan is like you get a little too fucked up and he takes care of you.
Yeah, and he'll like,
He did that a few times for us.
oh yeah, like there was one weekend where me and James literally went up there because my ex-girlfriend was working, so we're like, we'll go up there this morning and bowl.
Yeah.
And then her and Hoffman were both Hoffman's this younger kid that we bowled with the first time. Like me and James stayed from like 11 in the morning till like 5:30 in the afternoon. We bowled like 25 games, had like a $200 tab, had to Uber home, forgot to pay our beer tab.
Yeah, we forgot to pay. Like
And-
we straight up. I mean, we must have spent like.
It was like $200 tab.
Yeah.
It was like $100.
And we
No,
waltzed
I don't think it was that much. I think it was more like $100.
We waltzed on out of there giving high fives and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
we-
we'll see you guys later.
we bowled so many games that the next day both of our fingers were swole up.
Yeah, and that dude, like, so bowling's an interesting thing. Like, it's not golf. It's not nearly as technical as golf, but it's similar to golf. It's in like you're finding your swing.
Oh, yeah,
Or
and-
what do they even call it?
Just the way you throw the ball. So you've got like boards and stuff, and like
Yeah.
you have different patterns of oil. So like you stand in a different place on different patterns. I don't know that much about it. Because I like the ball I use is one Alan gave me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I use stuff that was everything I have for bowling. Either Frankie, Alan, or Randy gave to me. But Alan's really the reason we got into it. He was the one that's like, y'all should bowl league. So we tried it with the short league and loved it.
yeah, because we were just going up there.
And
Like,
it's one time a week. It gives you something to look forward
Yeah.
to. Everybody up there for the most part. You got a few dickheads, but I mean, isn't that everywhere you go in life?
That's true.
That's
and
a fact.
so I mean,
it truly is fun though. Like I had a blast. I was like, God, this is just way too many weeks. But the short one, the 16 weeks, perfect.
oh, it's a great time, man. I've made so many good friends up there. I mean,
When
like
we did
today,
it was
today at the landfill. Today at the landfill,
Yeah.
two of the guys from league pulled up. This one guy, Jimmy, like
Yeah.
it's so funny because he used to be late to his team all the time. So their team name is Where's Jimmy? And so Jimmy was
I remember
there.
that team, yeah.
Jimmy's the man, and then the other guy, Mike, he's super nice guy. I mean, they like work together at some or whatever. But it like there we are at the landfill. They pull up. They're like, look at these criminals, just sitting there cutting it up. It was awesome. But
they let these guys in.
yeah, oh yeah, one of those.
yeah, to the dump. Yeah,
But oh man, no, it's a good time. But
I mean, we played on Wednesday nights, right?
Yeah, it's always Wednesdays.
Which was like an awesome like hump day.
Oh, it is, man.
Like
It's
midweek, I don't have to think about anything for 2.5 hours. Drink some beers.
Yeah.
And hopefully bowls, because if you have an off, I got to the point where I was like starting to take it pretty competitive. And like if I had a bad night, I was mad.
This man got real mad.
Oh, yeah.
Mad. But
it's just
the select few nights that I bowled well, it's like a very gratifying feeling.
Oh, it's
and seeing people bowl 300s live.
Oh, that's
like
the thing.
So cool.
I'd never seen a 300. But speaking of Jimmy Davis,
Yeah.
so I told you guys about this. I guess it was 6 or 7 weeks ago. This man's bowled for 25 years, has never bowled a perfect game. And so when you bowl, it's 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Your team versus the other. It's a 3-game series. Game 1, he bowls his first perfect game. 275 in the second game. Game 3, bowled another perfect game. Bowled his first 2 perfect games in the same night of league.
Holy shit.
Man, that dude didn't work the next day.
No, I got it on camera. Like that's what's wild is on my phone. I've literally got like 10 or 12 people's 300s up there.
Yeah, but when you do your first one,
but
when you roll your first 300 and then a game later roll it again.
Well, yeah, he rolled 300, then like 260, 270 something, and then another 300.
Okay.
So just to put that into perspective, there's 36 frames if you bowl all perfect because it's 12 total if you bowl strikes.
Yep.
So he bowled 12, and then I'm pretty sure he started out with another 9 or, you know what I mean, whatever. He only had like one. To get a 276, you can only have like one spare or, one mess up frame. So out of 36 frames, he threw like 34 strikes.
That's
like 30, between 32 and 34 strikes out of 36 frames.
And dude, what's crazy to me is like you talked about the oil earlier.
Yeah,
like,
the pattern. So that little machine they send down there has like a way it puts the oil down. So there's some like really hard ones. So like, because you still straight bowl, but like the guy.
No, I don't. No,
you don't? You switched?
You don't remember at the end of the last season?
No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you put a little curve there at the end.
Yeah, just
like
a slight one.
Like a slider.
Yeah.
But but anyway, it just makes it harder for some. It's just like. It's just wild. There's way more to it than you'd ever realize. Like some of these guys come up here and they have like I carry one ball in there.
Yeah.
It's my strike ball and my spare ball. But here's the thing. What I've figured out is I can make that ball do whatever I want it to. Whereas some of these other guys, they have to have like a 7-pin ball or a 10-pin ball. They got their strike ball, their spare. Like some of these guys come in there with briefcases.
Yeah, they come in there with
bowling balls.
little suitcases.
Looks like they're going to the airport.
Yeah, for sure. And they come rolling around in there like, and they're all serious too, man.
Serious.
I'll be honest with you. That was the most interesting thing to me. Like, is becoming the culture of the bowling alley.
It's one of my most favorite places in the world, and it's so funny. We've got buddies that'll like bust balls about it, and they're like, oh, you need to quit that bowling shit. Like, I'm like, no, dude. Like, I love it. Why should I quit something I love and have fun and have made great relationships with cool ass people?
Yeah.
Like Randy, he's become one of my best friends in the entire world. Met him at the bowling alley up there randomly bowling one night.
Mm-hmm.
He sold me one of his balls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's
my bowling balls.
he's legitimately one of my best friends now, and I mean,
he is a great dude.
It's just wild.
The dude is a living angel.
Oh, he is, man. He is.
Yeah, for sure. Well, in terms of coming into the culture, it's like you go to the bowling league and you got people in every single profession.
That's the wild thing
that are bowling. In league.
You assume people assume because you've seen like Big Lebowski and Kingpin movies like that, and people see like bowling alley type people, so you would assume.
Mm-hmm.
But like you've got engineers, professors, you've got people that work at Megacorp, you've got tow truck drive. I mean, you've got all spectrums of it. There was literally a guy, the dude that worked at GE. I can't remember his name. Asian fella.
Yeah, can't remember.
One of the nicest guys in the world. He actually came like when I was up there practice bowling one night and like bowled with me and like showed me a few pointers and like helped me get better. But what he does for GE, he's like the only one in the world that can do it.
Yeah.
Like remember I was showing you his LinkedIn
helped.
page and he like helped the power grid in Malaysia. Like this dude's and he's up there bowling and he's really good, obviously.
You're damn right. But yeah, he's up there like he's chilling, and then he's sitting there bowling with a guy who
drives a tow truck or like mechanic or whatever. Not
just
taking anything
like
from
that.
either one of them. It's just all walks of life go in there and bowl.
Yeah, and then you get in that little thing, and I will say when we first joined league, so like all right, so getting back to how it all started, right? He's up there, he was dating this girl at the time. We started getting into it, started making pals with everybody.
That's what I do,
and
man.
They're
That's
like,
exactly what I do anyway.
They're like, join the league. All right, let's see what this league's about. Not gonna lie to you, first time you get in there,
it's intimidating.
You got to get up there to the line, and like in Big Lebowski when he's like foul over the line, he's like he's like Smokey. That's the guy he's yelling at. He's like over the line, Smokey. That's the real deal because a little buzzer goes off and everything, and like everybody's looking at you like,
oh dude,
oh you fucked up. How many
hated
times
doing
did you
that.
hit that buzzer, dog?
Damn, boy. I was like, answering questions on Jeopardy. That's how many times I was hitting the fucking buzzer, dude.
Yeah, it's
So
it can
bad.
get serious, but no, it's the
That
thing.
was good.
The thing
Then I bought bowling shoes.
The thing about
Yeah.
the league is it's a handicap league.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a scratch league. Scratch league means, straight up, like, handicap means like you take the 3 average, so in this league, 4 averages. That's your team average.
This is why I was an asset to the team.
And you bowl another team and you take their average, and whichever is the higher of the two, you get that many pins minus 1 as a handicap. So that way it puts you on the same playing field. So what it really is you have to bowl your average.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that way, because if not, you're going to get smoked out by these dudes. Because like me on paper, I'm a 170 bowler. I try to keep my stuff in the 180s. If I'm not there, if I'm not bowling 180s or better, I'm pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
But a lot of these dudes are like on paper 212, 220. Like the guy we bowled in the on the roll off the other night for the first place. So we won the league overall, but you have what's called a roll off, and I'll explain all that here in a little bit. But this dude Troy, it's actually Trey's cousin's fiance. They're building a house together. Great kid, but he's like on paper like a 232 bowler. The kid is phenomenal. If you look,
That's ridiculous.
I'll send you the picture to post earlier. But look at his thing. He rolled a 278 in the roll off the other night.
Yeah, that's out of control.
That's who Jordan was talking about.
Yeah, well, he thought it was me because of the T.
Because the T, yeah.
But yeah, his name's Troy White. Great kid, love him. But it's crazy. You got people that are really good, people that aren't really good, and that's what the beauty of it is the handicap. It's a handicap league, and that's what's so funny to me is like we're kind of considered like the beer team or whatever because we're one of the lesser teams. I literally think there's maybe 1 or 2 teams that had a lesser of a team average than we did, but we still managed to win first because of the handicap. And some of these dudes get super pissed about it, but we're always like, dude, you're in a handicap league. If you're that serious about it, go bowl scratch leagues.
Dude, that's what Jimmy said today at the
yeah, that's
at the landfill.
exactly. It's like
Said everybody getting mad. He said go bowl scratch. Like
Well,
this is set up like that to make it more fun.
and competitive for
Yeah.
everybody. It's level playing field.
And that's what he said. It's like, dude, all right, so you're gonna be complaining about these rules, but you're just too scared to go play with these other guys.
Bingo.
So Jimmy don't care.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
me
just-
and him, both Jimmys,
like,
don't care.
It's aggravating, man, because you, like I said, you've got a few. I'm not going to use names, but James and John will both know what I'm talking about. We're going to call them Tommy and Mickey. These two guys, man, they like legitimately like are arrogant fucking pricks
about bowling.
And like they don't like me and the guys I bowl with because we don't bowl well, like as well as they do. And then like my teammate Matt threw up like a 240 one night, and the one dude's like, "Oh, you wait till the night when you're bowling," and I'm just like, "Dude, go fuck yourself. We're up here having fun. Why are you taking this shit so serious?" Randy even made the comment. He's like, "I'm sorry. When's the last time I saw you on ESPN? Like, it's not that serious, bro. We all have to go to work tomorrow."
For sure. Like this is the escape.
But like you got those two dudes, and there's maybe 1 or 2 others that take it super serious. But that's the thing. It's just like in life. You just don't talk to those guys. Like,
Yeah.
I tried to be friendly 3 or 4 times, and then when you're not, I just quit talking to you. You're a 2.5 hour thorn in my side on Wednesdays. So
For sure.
I remember distinctly bowling against teams who had we were given out the gate
130, 140 pins.
Yeah, and one night we were
and you
given
still get smoked.
Yeah, we still get smoked. But one night we were given a good amount. We were playing a really good team, and they were off, and we were on. And, watching them get so pissed
Oh, they get so
just
mad.
fuels you up. Because, I get upset because I'm not bowling well, but, win or lose, what it is, right? These dudes, this is what they live for. I live for trying to have a, successful book of business at my work and all that shit. Like, they live for, they live for fucking bowling. And there was 2 distinctly that I remember, and they were so mad, and I would just keep. And I would wear ridiculous things up there.
Oh yeah, like my man would wear colorful sneakers with high socks, but have leggings on under it with gym shorts with a jersey on.
Oh, the bright yellow,
he's going to play
Tottenham keeper.
basketball.
Oh, I loved it. Dude.
Yeah, the bright yellow, and it was all mind games,
and a headband
and
like
a headband
this right here.
Yeah, or
He said it was all
bandana.
mind games.
Yeah, look at what the fuck is this dude wearing in the bowling alley? But listen, I'm here, and some nights I showed up. Most nights I did not. That's okay. I still had fun, which is the thing. And watching the other team get pissed when I did do well was great.
All right.
So my average was 115 or some bullshit.
Yeah, but whatever. But my favorite part about the whole bowling night was we play a card game with it.
Oh yeah, the
yes.
$2 card game, man.
Yeah, so explain that to
So Ethan, this dude, his name's Ethan King, fellow Braves fan. What's up, Ethan? If you ever listen, man, that's awesome. So what you do is basically you got a deck of cards. A strike is a card. A spare is a card. 2 strikes in a row. Like, so not like you don't get anything extra special for 3 or 4. It's just every 2 strikes in a row you get 2 cards, and if you pick up a split, it's 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
We play it. Some people play face down. We play face up, where you put them on the table, and once you get to 5, you start discarding. But it's basically 5-card draw.
Yeah.
And you just try to put together the best hand, and usually 2 or 3 guys will play. We'll do anywhere from $2 to $5 games, and the winner gets the money. So the real thing is you want to try to win all 3, so like your tabs cover for food and drinks or whatever.
All you want is a free night of bowling. That's what you're trying to do. And when I say bowling, we're clearly just talking about beers and food, because. But
it's a good time. You know, that's fun. We actually on our team quit doing that there towards the end because we were placed so well. We didn't want to think about cards.
No, I hear you.
But it's
I'll be honest with you that if I was still there, I would still do it.
No, we did.
That's my mental.
Well, we did
escape.
Up until about week 5 of this last quarter. So this last quarter was the one we went second place, third, and first overall in the 4 quarters. The first place put us in the roll off, but the way we placed all 4 times put us first overall in the league.
Strong finishers, closers.
Closers.
But yeah, the card game's super fun. That's sure. Fun. And
I used to love that. Like I made it a point, like show up to the bowling alley with singles.
Yeah, you gotta have singles.
I think the funniest part about the card game. So like, it's league night, and they don't put a sign outside saying, "Hey, it's league night on these nights. You shouldn't even try to come in here," right?
And you gotta understand during it's COVID time. So right now they've got the first 4 lanes occupied, 2 lanes open. The next 4 occupied, 2 lanes open. So the typical men's league, there's 24 lanes in the joint. The typical league night would have all of them full, maybe 4 open. So that's how it normally is. Now we only had 14 teams, but those in between lanes you couldn't get on anyways.
Yeah, but back pre-COVID, right?
Or it still happened now.
Well, yeah, but
the team number
we're sitting
it's still
there.
A full house.
We got this card game going, right? Money all over the place. Everybody has singles, 5s,
and every team has their own kind of games they play. Like Lee and them boys have the quarters and all that.
So my man just said 24 lanes, right? So you're walking by 24 tables of gambling out in the open, just like fuck it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I think it's 12 tables, right? Because
sure. Yeah,
2 lanes per table or whatever it is.
But what it is you've got 24 teams,
hilarious,
20 to 24 teams with 4 guys apiece. You're talking about damn near 100 people.
Yeah. Just exchanging money, dude. I think one of the cool ones is that one with the bucket of change or the quarters.
Yeah.
And
so that's what this guy's name's Lee Janicki. He's the fucking man too. Again, one of these friends I've made up there. The dude is like 6'6", 300 some pounds, but he's not like bulbously fat. He's just like typical old man, big belly fat because his forearms are like this big. He's just the kind of guy you're like, if that guy ever grabbed you,
it's over.
It's over with. But he's, again, just one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He's always the sergeant at arms, though, of the league. He's like the one if your team's...
I'm sure he is.
If your team's not paying up on time, he like comes and talks to you.
Dude, it looks like when he's bowling, it looks like he's holding a tennis ball. That's what it looks like.
It legitimately looks like a softball-sized thing.
It's ridiculous.
He's massive.
Yeah. I'm like, man, you know he drives a truck, or he has to.
Oh, he does, 100%. And his best friend that he bowls with is Daniel. And Daniel's about 5'8", 175 pounds, little fella,
little
also
Italian
a good
fella.
dude.
Like just, it's like the perfect combo.
Oh,
it's like the
great.
funny, perfect.
A lot of those guys love baseball too.
Oh man, we watch a lot of sports up there. We do college brackets. We do everything.
Dude, it's an awesome place, and not to mention though, like you do get better, and then you do learn the game, and then you realize. Like anything, there's levels to this shit.
Oh, 100%.
So like we're in a league that's like standard oil, and then there's other oil type leagues.
Oh, so there's like called shark pattern, scorpion. I mean, all these different things, and there's like I don't know them. I don't know it that well, but you go online and look. There's like
we got people in the chat
patterns, and you can see what they are. It's just some are harder to throw than others. I mean, for people who throw the ball straighter, it doesn't matter as much. It's just about how the oil is dispersed. But what I was going to say is the funny thing to me is when you got that many people on Wednesday and they don't have any sign is like, it's when like 5 or 6 college kids walk in thinking they're about to like have a good time, and they have to like, you watch them walk in, go to the counter, and then just turn around and walk right out. They're like, sorry, it's league night. League takes over everything.
Like but I just don't get why they don't like put it out there. Like, don't even try to walk in here.
Oh,
like,
I know, man.
It's fucking, that's stupid.
That is weird that they didn't have any signs.
Yeah, like whatever. And dude, I was about to say something about the fucking league night, dude. Oh yeah, so we have this thing, right? So we the cards when like the dude bowls and you hope he doesn't hit the pin.
So it's called the 50. You talking about the 50?
The raffle.
It's the raffle.
Yeah, the 50-50 raffle. So basically, you pay $2 for a raffle ticket. You can get like 1 for 2, 10 for 5, whatever. They got the little deal on it, and they all go in the little. It's actually an old bubble gum carton, is what it is, because Rich Skowski, he's the one that does it, and so half that money. Well, we didn't do the 50-50 this year, which sucks, but when you have a normal league, that's what you do. Well, half that money or like a percentage of it goes to the roll-offs. It goes towards the prize fund. But basically, raffle ticket gets pulled. If it's your number, there's a deck of cards, ace through 9, or no, excuse me, yeah, ace through 10.
I thought they pull out 4 cards. You pick one.
No. It's ace through 10, ace representing 1.
Yep.
If you pick a card out of that, and whatever number you pull, that's how many pins you have to knock down to win the money.
That's right.
And once that card's done, it's discarded until somebody gets it. Well, the last big league we were in, not the COVID fall league, but the one prior to that, the pot got up to like $2,400. Nobody was getting it. And that night, it came down to the fun night where where you get your money back and you get the pizza and all that.
Yeah.
They literally sat there and were like, we're drawing until somebody wins. I got up there and did it, dude. I'm sitting up there bowling. I got like a 5 or something. Like if I can knock down just 5
this
pins,
was 2,400 on the line.
it was like 22 to $2,400.
Just 5 pins only.
If I can knock down 5, I knocked down like set. Dude, you just get like you think you're a no pressure guy. Well, who cares? No.
And let me tell
I was
you,
up there like.
So here's the fun part about this: when people pick the card and they go up there, your name gets called. The whole league. You're talking about, like you said,
Yeah, just call it 80 guys.
80 grown ass men running down there going,
Miss
Fuck
it.
off,
Yeah,
dude.
that's the thing. They're all rooting against you.
Oh,
Dude,
100%.
dude, they fucking.
Like Ethan was one of those. He'd get like in the chairs right beside you, bang on him.
Oh,
Did you
dude.
ever, James? Did you ever win that? I did it. I won once, but I didn't get it.
No, I never.
Because there was a card in there. There's
Yeah, I
one
never
card in
won.
there where you have to do 2 strikes in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That might have been one of the face cards.
Yeah.
Yep,
We had
yep,
to
you're
pull,
right,
and that's
you're
the
right.
one that I pulled.
And you
That's
know what's.
right.
Yeah.
And then mine was on for like $620.
That's right. I do remember
And
that.
it was 2 strikes in a row. And the first ball I sent was like a money ball. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! Like we're
Yeah,
about
pretty
to
sure you
fucking
got the first strike and then didn't get the second one.
money balled the first one, hit it. I was like, oh fuck yeah, baby. Second one, identical ball. I'm like, oh, I'm about to do this shit.
Split
9
pin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 9 pins.
left one standing.
Yeah, dude. Because we were all like, fuck yeah, dude.
I was wearing my Lucas jersey. I remember that because Tottenham had won their Champions League game.
I do
that
remember.
day.
It's
I'm
one
glad
of
you
those
said
times
that.
where like you're the few people in the crowd and you want to be like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut, everybody
One
stop.
of the golf,
Yeah.
golf quiet,
Yeah,
please.
Because you know I'm
Please.
coming back and paying y'all's tab that night.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck off.
I'm
dude.
pulling that money. I'm like, beer's on me. Like, let's do this.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and it's just you won that, dude. Because like I said, the whole league goes down there. Everybody stops bowling.
Yeah, the whole
Oh, yeah.
And yells
yeah,
at
and
you.
yells at you.
I mean, that's kind of crazy.
And I
If
talked
they're
to-
like the pot's 160, you're like,
yeah, you
whatever.
immediately feel like you're a kid again.
Yeah.
I'll be
Well, I
honest.
talked to Rich the other night in the roll off when we were bowling for first place or whatever, and he said we're bringing it back next fall. They just didn't do it this year because of COVID.
You
I
know
get
what?
it.
I'm gonna do the fall league. I'm in. So
Well, you got the summer league coming up.
Yeah, but I want COVID free.
Yeah,
I don't want to go in there with a blemish in my
Well,
my memory.
I say I'm not going to bowl this summer league, but I know I'm going to end up doing it. I just it's just hard in the middle of the summer with work for me, like to cut out of
dude.
work at 4 so you can get home to let the dog out.
Fall
and get
league,
up there.
fall league's gonna be good. We'll roll
Yeah.
back into it. Football's gonna be going again, dude.
But,
just gambling everywhere.
No,
Just
it's an awesome time.
awesome.
But,
I'll be a sub.
All right, so let's get into like your trophy.
oh man, so yeah, like I said, so basically,
First off,
Yeah, I want the
before-
play-by-play.
First off, I'm
championship
sure I
night.
don't know if it's a. I'm sure somebody out there has a question. Have you ever rolled a perfect game?
no. So I was gonna say that's what I was wanting to talk about is like when you start bowling, there's different achievements you want to make. So like when we first started, we were bowling like 130s, 140s.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing you want to do is your first 200.
Yeah, that's a big.
Well, this
deal.
is what was wild. The first 200 I rolled was
in league.
was
in
a,
league.
Yeah,
that's the
was a
important part.
201. But then I rolled like 4 or 5 more within the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just you get better and it starts happening. So like that's the big
You ever rolled
step.
200?
What?
Oh yeah, James has rolled like I
Yeah.
think his high score is 246.
It was something.
240s.
Yeah,
For
It was
sure.
like barely scratching the surface of it. But my first one was like 222
Yeah.
or something. So it was something weird like that.
No, my high.
And then I went 225, and then I jumped.
The closest I've come was a 276. That's the best game I've ever rolled. Is a
My
276.
best was a 201.
That's damn
I
cool.
mean, like
guys.
my top 5
Yeah.
would be like 276, 272, 268, 260, somewhere in
Yeah.
in there. But basically your 200s, you're like as somebody that's never bowled your first start, you want to roll your first 200, and then like because you bowl 3 games in a series, you want to roll your first 600, which is an average of 200 per game. Now you can roll like a 190 and then two tens, but you don't want to do that. You want that scoreboard to say 3, 2, have 3 2s on there.
How long did it take you to hit 6?
So we bowled with Hoffman. It was when I bowled with Frank, when it was me, Frankie, and Kaz.
Okay.
So the second league I bowled in.
Okay.
Me, Frankie, and Kaz. I bowled all
right, so this guy, I'm going to shout out Frankie real quick. This man goes up there with swag and style. Let me just go ahead and break this down for what Frankie looks like. Okay, he's probably, what, 5'8"?
5'9", I'd say.
Okay, whatever, 1 inch off. This man rocks the best mullet.
He used to. His hair's short now.
It's short now, but look, this man at the time, it was a very gentle mullet because he has thin hair and it curled.
It does, but very soft and
it
well
curled at
taken
the end,
care of.
Right? He always has a lip in right here,
Speak of the devil.
But his is like protruding. He has his glasses and he's real chill. And this man goes up there with his hands out like he's fucking dancing with a woman. Right? I mean, it's impressive.
What I love is
the first time I saw it,
he rolls it and does the walk to the left.
Yeah. So he comes up, he does his little thing up to and rolls it, and then does the this little shaky dance. And I'm like, the first time I saw it, I was just,
dude, it's
he's
smooth.
the best bowler alive because he was like rolling a strike. I'm like, dude, this is league. I'm sweating. I shouldn't be here.
But I was bowling with him. It was me, him, and Kaz bowling in that particular league when I rolled my first 600.
Kaz is no joke either.
Oh, Kaz is the man.
Kaz is straight from Greece. Like, works in the butcher. He was like,
yeah, he was. I'm not sure what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Well, this man holds it up like he's
like serving it up.
Yeah.
Brings it back.
He's like, he holds like the ball up to the pins like he's like staring them down like, this is for you. And he's out of here. But he's the man.
Yeah, so it's 200's a big step, 600's another big step, but the next one you want to get is a 700. So like, because you got to think the perfect series is a 900, so like 6, 7, 8, 9. And I came real close to it this year, or it might have been in the summer league last year, but I rolled like a 692, and it was one of those where it was the last frame, and I struck, and all I had to do was knock down a few pins and get the spare on the last 2.
Yeah.
And I went up there and threw like a 10 pin and missed the 10 pin because if you get the spare, it gives you another. It's like worth 20 and not. So I missed it by like 7 pins. It was like a 692 or 3. I was pretty upset about that. So I still haven't hit 700. I think that would be my best series there. So whatever that is like a 233 average.
Hey, quick rundown on like the strike is worth how many?
Man, I still am not 100% on this because like.
I'm glad they got them machines.
100%. I mean, but basically, like, a strike is only worth as much as the next ball you throw.
Yeah.
So, like, if you throw a strike on frame 1 and then throw a 9 spare, you'll get.
That's 19.
I don't even know. Yeah, but it's like 20 and then 19.
Oh, you're doing 9 spare?
So I'm saying if you go strike, then 9 spare, I think you get 20 on the first frame, but then it's all dependent on the next frame. It's just weird. I mean, I'm telling you, I've done this shit for 4 years, and I still don't know exactly how it goes. I rely on that little screen up there.
And then I'm sitting here going like, dude, if you watch Big Lebowski, I mean, that was shot in the 90s, and them cats are sitting there writing it down.
Oh, yeah, you got to rely on somebody to keep score for you.
Yeah. Like, that's fucking intense.
But I can tell you what I did see in this league this year that I had never seen before. I saw somebody pick up a 7-10 split.
Listen, I will say, besides the 300, watching somebody pick up a badass split.
I'll put it to you like this.
Hold on, how do they do it? Did they hit the far side of the pin and send it, or did they slam it off the wall to come back?
So 7 is if you're looking at the lane, 7 is the back left and 10 is the back right.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was a right-handed bowler, had a mean hook, hit the left side of the left pin, sent it into the wall. And then back across.
I just saw a video on Twitter.
So what I'm saying is I just told you I've seen probably 15 to 20, 25 300s up there. I've only seen one 7-10 split be picked up.
Yeah, I mean, did you hit that rotation has to be something serious to make that whip so hard to get across.
It's wild, man.
Real quick in the chat, Daniel says he is a former state champion.
Daniel who?
All right, so Downtown Dan is watching the live chat right now.
I think that was at Cardinal Lane Shipyard in
he said handicap tournament, but I did win with DJ Blanton sophomore year.
Was that at like through Cardinal Lane Shipyard?
Well, like state champion or just like a champion at
like a
Cardinal Lanes.
Well, they do a lot of youth tournaments.
Yes, it was
at Shipyard. But like I said, they do a lot of youth tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it was in Fayetteville State.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They do tournaments, and if you win that, then you go to the next one.
Daniel, what'd you bowl? He'll tell us.
Anyways, that's awesome. But see, I'm not into all that. I'm just into going up there on my Wednesdays and doing it.
Yeah,
But
sure.
Yeah.
no. So the way the league works is you've got 4 8-week quarters.
Mm-hmm.
If you win first place, you're automatically in the roll off. So what the roll off is at the very end of it, you have 5 teams in that. So you've got 4 first place winners. Sometimes 2 teams or the same team wins first again. It just defaults to the second place team. And basically you've got your 4 first place winners, and then the 5th guy is the wild card, who could be like basically who won, pinfall or total points or whatever. Because the way it goes is 3 games, each game's worth 2 points, then pin total gives you an additional point. So every week you bowl, there's 7 points up for grab. So basically what you want to do on a weekly basis is win 5 points. If you can do that every week, you're in good shape. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And so like I said, we managed to win this last quarter. We actually won by good margins, which was pretty cool. So when we got up there Wednesday night, you got all the guys down there on the end doing their fun bowling. They're just down there bullshitting, and you can buy in $20 on that and do stuff for that. There's always money involved in this thing.
That's my favorite part. There's not a spot in the league there's not gambling.
Me, Randy, Nick, and Matt, we're sitting up there waiting. Like we didn't start bowling until 9:15 because in roll off it's not a series. That's why it's called a roll off. It's a 1-game roll off. So the 5th place guy bowls the 4th place guy. Whoever wins that bowls the 3rd team. Whoever wins that bowls the 2nd team. Whoever wins that bowls us.
Yeah.
So Allen's team was the wild card. They were 5th. They beat the 1st team and the 2nd team, and then bowled the 2nd place team, which is a team called Bob's Pro Shop, which is the Bob's Pro Shop there. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
Those guys beat Allen, and then they bowled us. So it's 9:15 at night. I've been sitting there all night, like waiting. You get a little time to warm up on a few lanes. And so what they do, so the oil's not worn out, is you start at 1 and 2, move to 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Yeah. So that way you get a fresh lane every time for 1 game. So that way, since we're in first place, we're not bowling on something that's had 4 games bowled.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you can bowl your true game.
Bingo. So we bowl these guys. Well, they're a lot better than us. Our team average, let's see. Nick and Randy were 177, 178. I'm 170. Matt was like a 150. So we're like a 670 or 624. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. And these guys are like 800 something. Okay, so they gave us 134 pins, but this was the kicker for it, because people that are good, when they bowl a team like us that they give 134 pins to, and then we beat them by 80 pins, they're like, oh, fucking, they suck. We gave them 100 and some pins. Bro, we beat them 174 pins. We didn't even need.
I was about to say.
We didn't even need the handicap.
When you can tally it up scratch and you won,
we beat it.
I don't give a shit about my handicap.
Yeah, when we at the end of it, there was one kid on the team super pissed off. Well, my thing was like, bro, you're a 200 bowler. You bowled a 151. How are you going to win when you're bowling 60 pins under average?
Yeah.
Because I bowled in that final game, I bowled a 191. Nick bowled like a 2-something. Randy bowled a 1. He bowled his exact average. And then Matt Rowley, he was the GOAT that night, dude. He's a 150 bowler, bowled a 250. I was like, it was fucking awesome.
Damn.
It was fucking awesome. But see, Matt Rowley, let me just shout out to Matt real quick. Known this kid since I was 17 or so. We played against each other in ball at Laney and Ashley. He went to Laney. But afterwards, we played like some Legion ball and some men's league ball together. I'm telling you right now, Matt Rowley's the kid you want when the pressure's on, because he just has this uncanny ability to just wipe it right off.
Yeah,
Dude, he got up there and rolled. I could look at the picture and tell you, rolled, I think 6 or 7 strikes in a row, then did an open frame, then 4 more strikes, and then a spare. I mean, he rolled a 251 or 2 straight up.
All right, quick tangent.
But just what I was going to say
go ahead.
is we beat them without, if no handicap involved, we still beat them by 30 or 40 pins.
Yeah.
That was what felt good. So, like, when this one kid was bitching, dude, this kid, whatever, he's a nice guy. He was just pissed off. He's one of these serious guys. He was packing his shit up before we were even done. Like, he was one of those guys, like, poor sport. And even his teammates came up to us afterwards and apologized.
Yeah,
like,
for
dude,
the championship.
You're like, dude, we're sorry. Whatever. Like, they were even like, dude, I don't care. It would have been nice to win. Glad you guys won. Who cares? We're all going home.
Yeah.
But it was awesome to, like, not only come in first overall in the league, but also win the roll-off.
Yeah.
Because I walked out of there with $575 cash.
I mean, that's a good day's work.
Now, granted, you pay in all year, so I mean,
you do, but you came in for. Look, you took it down. Okay, the picture of you holding the when I saw that, like I knew you were going for the championship, right?
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I was just like, dude, fuck yeah. Here's a man. We walk into this place. Oh, bowling. Take it serious?
Yeah, no, I got way more serious things in my life.
I'll give it
than
about 68%.
Yeah.
Around there. I'll give it that. Because, I mean, you got shoes, right?
Oh, yeah. I've got shoes in the bag. I've got 3 balls, but I just use one. I use it for my strike and spare ball.
I just want to say congratulations to you guys.
Nah, man, I'm pumped. And what I'm pumped about is this men's league has been going on forever. And they finally it's going to be an in-house trophy. It doesn't leave the bowling alley. But the guy, Rich, he made it. He went and bought the base for it and then literally drilled the holes through it himself, bought the stuff off Amazon, the little, things on it, and there's little placards on it. So we're the first team to be on it.
That's all. So it's like the Stanley Cup.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I was pumped. I mean, what do you want? I mean,
I'll be honest with you. I feel like you deserve it because of the dedication you've given bowling.
Oh, I haven't, man. I will say that in the last few weeks, I missed 2 weeks solely because of work.
Yeah.
When I've got a $2,000 paycheck, I'm not letting bowling hold that up.
Man. I mean, but it'll still be there.
But we in 4 years, I think I've missed 3 weeks of league.
I mean, that's like what some people. I mean.
No, legitimately, I think 3 weeks total in 4 years I've missed of any league I've bowled. Because I'm always the team captain. The team captain's got to be there. Even when I hurt my back and couldn't bowl for a few weeks.
Oh, dude, I remember.
I still showed up every week.
I've been in there a couple times. This man cut himself with a damn, what was that saw called?
A skill saw there.
Skill saw. He has a nasty-ass scar right there.
36 stitches.
This man comes hobbling up.
He bowled that night, didn't he?
Yeah.
I cut it on a Tuesday, bowled the next night.
Whatever. Okay, 24 hours away, maybe less. And he goes up there and is bowling. Right? And to be honest, like, he did that. I fucked my back up a few times, and I went up there to do it just because, I mean, he cut his fucking leg open. 32 stitches. I mean,
6.
Whatever, dude.
But, no, I'm just saying, when I hurt my back this past fall.
We're good.
When I hurt my back this past fall, I couldn't bowl because it was just one of those things. I don't want to hurt it because that would mess up work even more. But even those nights I couldn't bowl, I still showed up and sat there and watched the team bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the captain. You can't not be there.
That was the other thing. A lot of people showed up to watch people bowl.
Like, man, people like members, families, girlfriend, all the whole nine.
They made it like an event.
It's a good time up there.
And like, so, congratulations again to everybody.
Sorry, had a little technical difficulties, but
you're good. You're good. No, I mean, it felt good to win first. We always we never expected to any time I've ever bowled because I'm never on that team.
Yeah,
but it was just nice. It really was.
And so,
it was nice, especially for those select few of guys in there that are serious dickheads.
Oh, for sure.
It's real nice for them, because they take it way more serious. I'm the guy that doesn't take it serious at all. It's like I told Jimmy at the landfill today. I was like, I could have been in 18th place with $25 and a pizza and still been just as happy.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody loves free pizza.
And they switched from Little Caesars to Domino's this year.
Oh,
shit.
Well, the Little Caesars closed down. Because there was a Little Caesars in the parking lot. It's no more.
That's a hibachi place.
Yeah.
Have you had it?
It's delicious.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, we would be missing an action if we didn't ask you, Taylor, about the food of the bowling alley.
Glad you said that because I was about to bring it up.
Yep.
I just got to tell you, and you can agree, you can too. The bowling alley food.
I've had a lot of meals there.
It's delicious. I look forward to my Wednesday night meal at the bowling house.
What do you usually get?
The double cheeseburger.
Their chicken fingers were fire.
Their chicken fingers everything's good, man. Like even the other night when I knew I was getting a free pizza from Domino's, when I went in there, I still ordered. So they serve breakfast in there all day.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Breakfast all day.
They have bagels,
yeah.
sausage, egg and cheese bagels, dude, everything.
All fucking day.
So the girl who works Wednesday nights, her name is Heather. I love Heather. She's an angel.
Shout out to Heather.
She's an absolute
That's Alan's
angel.
sister, by the way.
She's an absolute angel. Works her butt off. Works at an eye doctor's office. Works there too. She's awesome.
And she's our Girl Scout cookie.
Girl Scout cookies, all the stuff, man.
But
you can tell her exactly how you want your food cooked. So I get the cheese sticks up there, and I always tell her I'm fry them for extra 2 minutes because I like mine crispy, and and she'll do it. So the other night I go in there and I was like, I know we're getting this pizza, but it's only 8 pieces between 4 guys. So it's 2 pieces of pizza. That's nothing. So, and it's not a big. It's Domino's. It's a small pizza. Yeah. So I was like, do y'all have bacon right now? Sometimes they run out of stuff. See, that's the other beautiful thing is they get some stuff delivered on the truck, but they get their bacon from the store. It's good bacon.
And their ham. when I used to get the
Oh,
sandwiches.
the club. Oh man, that thing's good too. But yeah, so I was like, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese. But usually they just put it on toast. But what I had her do was like they have grilled cheese sandwiches. So I was like, make the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, but then throw it on there like it's a grilled cheese. I wish they would open at 7 a.m. because I would go there for breakfast. 100%.
Yeah,
100%. It's
That's a
delicious. Their bagels, it's just like you go to the store and get Thomas bagels or whatever, the Thomas brand. That's what they use.
Yeah.
They're amazing. And you can tell, like, you can get scrambled eggs, fried eggs.
Think about this, dude. What if they offered, like, hey, man, $15, you get a plate of breakfast and a free game of, or not free, but a game of bowling.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Great way.
Coffee, breakfast, bowling. Where can you go wrong?
And their sweet tea, I finally tried it because normally when I get up there, I get a beer and water.
I've had nothing but beer at that place.
Their sweet tea is amazing too.
Really?
Cody makes it.
Shout out to fucking Cody, dude. I haven't thought about that guy in a long time.
He's quiet, but he's a hard worker. If he needed a job, I'd hire him right now.
Right now, because what Cody does is work, and he does not complain. I have not heard him complain. I mean, he's a very, just kind of semi-emotionalist, but he has some,
Yeah,
like,
but he's just quiet and he does what he's got to do.
He does his thing, man. And
He's
Cody,
the man.
shout out to you, Cody.
But he makes the sweet tea, and it is on point.
Yeah.
And what I like about Heather is you're supposed to pay for refills, but I don't ever have to.
Fuck yeah. Shout out to Heather.
Oh, and that's
but no, shout out to Cody. Like, Cody's the guy who, like, all right, so this machine, if y'all have never seen, like, bowling lanes get oiled, it's kind of intense. Like, you're walking with this thing, and
it's large.
yeah, and
It's as wide as the lane.
it's as wide as the lane, and you're walking very, very slowly, and it's just spewing oil everywhere. So Cody's that guy. He's also the guy that, like, you see the arm come out and fix the pin and, like, puts it down. He's that guy too.
I always wondered who that guy was.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
Cody, man.
Quick tangent on that. Well, and I got two.
Go for it, bro.
Fuck you, man. I got to get back to him.
Tangent up.
So this one, my grandfather, right? Like, my production company is called Off the Farm Productions because my family went from, like, farmers to off. That's that, right? But one of his deals,
They were on the farm. Now they're off.
Now they're
farm.
off of it.
and there it is. So that sums that up. So one of his, like, so his dad died when he was 14, right? He had a twin brother. They were in charge of the farm and all that. But your dad dies and all that back then, in the 30s, like,
You got to become a man at whatever age you are.
yeah, there you go. So he worked double jobs. So him and his twin brother would go to the local bowling alley in Rose Hill, North Carolina. Like, and
They
then
have
back
a bowling
then,
alley there?
yeah, dude, there was like 2 lanes or something.
I think it was 6.
Or whatever, but they were like the kids, and they set the pins back up. There was no machines.
Yeah, there was no like
See?
swipe arm and
So
all
they would
that.
sit like above it, like in a cage or behind it, but they were in it like the cage is
Oh,
right
yeah, you
here.
have to drop it in the thing.
Yeah, so they go there, they
The
set
mold.
so they'd farm in the day and go up there at night and driving up there because it didn't matter back then. Back then it didn't matter. And like they drive up there and be the guys who reset them at night, or like after people up there bowling and drinking, having a good time. Like, how wild is that?
Yeah, what's even more wild is that you had to keep score via paper, which how the fuck would you do
Oh
that?
man, dude, I have no idea. I would never have bowled back then.
There was a bowling
at
alley
all.
in Mendham, New Jersey, where I grew up. And it was like tucked away, and there were 6 lanes. And I remember like every fucking kid had their birthday there. Like, I don't think it was open to the public. I think it was just birthdays only. And they had these big like easels or whatever, and that you kept score via paper. Big ass. It looked like similar to like keeping the books like at a baseball game.
Oh, then that's hard as shit too.
Super hard.
You better. Baseball is crazy. Like, you have to pay attention. There's so much shit going on.
Right. If you dash
numbers.
like on the wrong side of the diamond, it means
It's
something
over, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I remember doing that. Shout out to Downtown Dan. Like, his dad used to run the baseball tournaments back in the day, and I was that guy, like, having to do that.
Oh, you so you know how to keep
Yeah.
score, right? Really?
Yeah, I had to do
I
it.
still don't know how to do that.
We were doing it like 14, 15, and like these little 12-year-old, like, they bring people from AAU or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
They bring them in, all these families screaming this, that, and the other, and the sketchiest time ever is when they look back at you. And you're sitting up there in the box like.
Well, that was when I played Little League at Myrtle Grove. Like, you know how like you're waiting for your game or whatever. Like, that was, you remember being in Little League, like you go down and hang out around the park with all the other kids. But that, I can't remember the coach's name I had, but one of the things he did, he like made sure we knew how to keep score.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
because
awesome.
if you're all paying attention, like one of you, the odds tell you that like one of you is smart enough to notice a fuck up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But one of the other tangent I wanted to get back to is like, do you think people are born with that fuck pressure instinct? Like pressure doesn't affect you as much?
Yes, 100%.
100%.
I believe that firmly.
Do you think it can be achieved by somebody who wasn't born with it?
I do that as well, because
I'm
the
with you on
older
both
I
counts.
get in life, the less pressure means to me.
Yeah, I think it's also
That's a
like,
fair point.
It's also like been there, right? Like you've been there. The more
I think,
times you're there,
I think
the less
experience
it affects you.
means
True.
something. So I think it's an experience, self-taught, learned thing.
It could be a whole mold of things, because like as you get older, you get more confident because you know more, you've seen more shit, you've been through more.
But it
right?
also,
But
like,
see,
it's like bowling, for instance. We were bowling for first the other night. Well, we already got $400 cash for winning first place overall in the league. When it came to the roll off, the payout difference on first and second was either 175 or 150. $25 didn't mean anything to me. So literally, I wanted to win, but if we didn't, I was like, bro, I'm walking out of here with 550 instead of 575. I really didn't care.
yeah, but you're a competitor. You wanted to win.
Oh, 100%.
Like if I made it all the way to the nuts, like you shitting me,
Oh,
dude.
it started getting that way. And see, I bowl fourth. I'm always the cleanup guy. So the pressure, like if there is pressure, it's on you.
If
If there's a few pins left to do, it's on me. And but see, again, I want that. I want me to be the guy that has that.
I wish we we might go bowling soon so y'all can get a sneak peek of this man, because this dude, when he chucks that ball down there, like the sound, like you could feel the pins.
Well, I throw a heavy ball and I throw it hard.
So that was my next question.
Okay.
Regardless of like the best game you've ever bowled, how like your mile per hour on that ball is insane. Like people will look at the screen after you bowl and be like,
It was like 23.
No. I throw a 16-pound ball and I throw it between 17 and a half and 18 and a half.
I've
miles
seen
an
you.
hour.
Okay, it was.
I can throw it 20.
I'm about to say I've seen you throw.
So
it.
like when I throw it a 10 pin, it has to, like the 10 pin's on the far right. Well, I curl the ball.
Yeah.
And you see my ball, it revs and it's got a hard hook to it. So you obviously stand on the opposite side of the pin because it gives you more lane to cover.
Yeah.
But I like kind of flatten my wrist out and throw it, and it goes down there at 20, 21. But see, the speed overtakes the hook.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And that's how I'm able to use my same ball I throw for strikes for spares.
Yeah. Well, I'm just telling you, all you rounders out there, that shit is loud.
Loud as fuck, dude. Dude, people will come by and be like, "Holy shit!" And like Taylor just turns around like,
Well, that's
this
the
man
funny.
walks off like, fuck it, this is my day today.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm
like
saying?
wrong place, wrong time, guys, whatever. But that's it's funny you say that, because there's a few guys up there that throw it like 17 and 18, and I watch them bowl and I'm like, holy fuck, they're chunking that thing.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's what it looks like when I throw that thing, because it doesn't look like that to me.
It reminded me not the first time, but when you started like, hooking it or whatever, curving it, it reminded me of the movie Mel Gibson, Revolutionary War. The Patriot.
The Patriot.
When the cannonball like knocks the dude's leg off. That's what it reminds me of. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, those pins are sitting there. Scared as fuck. Like,
Yeah, no, because most people throw a 14 or 15 pound ball and they throw
Yeah.
it like 13 to 15 miles.
mine
16
was
miles an
a
hour,
15-pound ball, and my average was like
15 miles an hour.
That was
no,
like-
like 12.
no, fuck you,
Nah.
dude. It was like 17, 18. That's what I fucking focused on.
I threw between 15 and 16 miles an hour.
Yeah, so that didn't matter to me because, well, at that time I was rolling
Straight.
No, I was doing backhand.
He was throwing everything Brooklyn. For everybody out there, Brooklyn's when you hit on the opposite side of your hand on the head pin.
Which was the way to do it if you were playing Wii bowling.
Yeah.
Continue on.
But anyway, so like I eventually turned over to the briefcase because that's what they call it.
That's what Frankie told you.
Yeah, no, Evan. Or not Evan, Ethan.
Ethan.
I didn't mean to say Evan. Sorry, Ethan. Jesus. But anyway, he told me, dude, he said, look, just go out and
Hold the briefcase.
hold your briefcase. Put it, turn that in to the airport people or whatever, just like, here. And so, like, I eventually, because it messed my wrist up, and I was like, dude, nah. Because baseball fights, hockey, everything, whatever, like rollerblading hockey, not real hockey, but whatever. All that kind of stupid shit, I don't like my wrist being fucked with, right? And so, if you just do it, you can do it a little bit and just use your fingers. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
And if you have the weighted ball, you're good.
Yeah.
By weighted, we mean, explain the weighted ball.
So, like, house balls are just the same weight all the way around.
House ball meaning like what the bowling alley provides.
But, like, every bowler that has a ball, it's weighted. So the weight's on one side of it. So the finger holes are drilled in a certain position, gives it more revs, which is like how much it spins this way, not this way.
Right,
Your
right.
revs are
Revolutions.
left
as
to
opposed
right,
to
not front to back.
Right.
Um,
rotations.
Exactly.
Versus-
Exactly. So, like, when I throw my ball down there, it never goes forward. It stays like a spiral the whole way down
Right.
there.
A lot of torque.
You're like Earth going through the fucking galaxy.
But
sure.
yeah, pretty much. But so basically, like, if you want to get real serious with it, you go in there and like they'll give you a ball. Like I can't remember the guy's name, but he's really good at what he does. He knows how you bowl already because he's seen you because he's in league.
Yeah,
and he'll go in there and he'll drill a ball for you and all that, and you'll throw it and you're like, holy shit! Like,
well, he has his torque card, right?
Oh, he was 100%.
Yeah. Dude, that he went to high school.
Yeah, he went to Ashley.
Yeah, and he's like JD's stepbrother now or step cousin.
No shit.
Because he's this. Yeah, because his mom married JD's uncle.
Okay.
Can't remember his name right now.
Well, anyways.
No.
But anyways, great guy. He's cool as fuck. But he can like see how you bowl and he can drill a ball perfectly for you, whatever. But basically, the ball's weighted.
He's got great jerseys too.
It makes it, carry or whatever. That's what it's when it comes from right to left or left to right. That's like how your ball carries.
Yeah.
But well, I was gonna ask you because you've bowled in league more, and I guess you too. You only bowled in 2 leagues, but like, what's your favorite bowling memory?
Memory?
Yeah, just like your favorite thing you did or your favorite memory of yourself, not that you saw somebody else.
Okay. Well, all right. So I don't do like specific favorites, right? But I will say hitting the splits was
You were so fucking good at that.
It is my favorite thing because I could roll that backhand, I could flick it,
yeah,
and I would get some splits and like so my favorite part was the guys in there the serious people, and when they go, hey, nice roll, I'm like,
hell yeah,
fuck yeah, dude, you know what I mean? Like I occasionally can throw some greatness out there. Those are my favorite ones, and honestly, the fucking people, because like you felt like.
You
like
felt
you said,
at home.
You never knew, like, so you go, hey, how you guys, we're bowling you guys tonight, cool. And then you kind of casually go, what do you do for a living? And then, like, next thing you know, this guy's been to Russia. He's been done meetings over there, and he's, like, building financial empires in Europe and this, that, and the other, but bowling here because he's home for a couple months. I'm like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, now my mind's blown,
What about you, John? What's your favorite memory?
I think the night the kid, the father and son.
There's a couple of them.
He was like 20, 21. He used to drive into town for it.
Oh, the Sieverts, yeah.
So watching him bowl his first 300.
Yeah, Chad Sievert's a phenomenal bowler as well.
Mm-hmm. This Chad, that's what, yeah.
And his father and his older brother Chris bowls too, and then their dad Roy.
And he races cars.
Yeah, he races. They build and race cars, and their dad Roy are phenomenal people. They're actually the first house my brother bought in North Chase and lived in. Roy and his wife are their neighbors. They still live there.
Yeah.
So it's like he knows my brother. My brother hired Chris at J. Michael's Philly Deli back in the day. Like,
and quick little thing about their bowling style. They hold
they're
it
two-handers.
Two-handers, and they like sling that
crazy.
Thing. And it is wild because the young buck, I mean, obviously he has more torque than the
he's way better than this kid's.
And dude,
really,
you want to
really,
talk
really
about
good.
like Taylor throws the ball hard down there, but when you got two hands on it and you can spin that thing is moving.
I think he had like just turned 21 when he did it.
Yeah.
But I remember talking to him one night and like I was like, who is it? Like this kid is, like whatever. I mean, and he'd come down and start flinging that fucking thing and took it very serious. And then we got to talking and found out that he was into like gaming PCs, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. So then we would bounce hardware and like bullshit, like
he's
talk.
He's good, dude.
But watching him bowl his first 300 that night was wild because I was set up in like a perfect spot with the camera, and I remember him doing it. He turned around, and the first thing he did, he's like, I got to call my mom.
Yeah.
I got to call my mom.
Because she was usually there.
Yeah, she's an angel, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like almost crying. I mean, you got to think about it. This kid comes, I don't even know how many times, but he's good.
Yeah.
And had never done that. And then he finally like, holy hell, like achieving that.
And it's crazy because you got that kid, man, that kid played baseball. He did all kinds of shit. And it's like, but his dad had bowled, and it wasn't like, most people think bowling corny or like
100%
something to go get fucked up and mess around with, right? But his dad was like decent, and
Roy's a good bowler too.
And this dude took it serious to try to be like his dad. Apparently, like that's what.
Well, Roy doesn't take it near as serious, but his dad's just done it forever.
But you get what I'm saying. It inspired him, and it was cool to see that moment. And John had the perfect angle.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like,
I was like, yo, I got a good video, and he's like, can you send that to me? I was like, yeah, I don't know if he used it, but it was like, I remember looking back that night, coming home and showing Emily the video. She's like, dude, that is super cool.
Yeah.
But my personal favorite, remember I was referring to like Tommy and Mickey, whatever, the two dudes that were the two biggest assholes in there. Well, the one dude, he bowled fourth, and I always bowl fourth. And you remember this because it was me, you, Randy, and Parker.
Yeah.
And we were in a tight one that night, and it came down to the last game, the last frame, and I was being an asshole because a lot of times you let the other guy bowl all three of his. And no, I just looked at it. I was like, we'll go one at a time. You know, whatever. We'll both go. And it basically came down to if he struck out and I fucked up, they won. If I struck out and we both if we both struck out, this guy's the kind of guy that's gonna strike out. You know what I mean? On
Tell people what strikeout is.
That's a good thing.
So on the 10th frame, if you roll strikes, you get 3 of them. So it's 3 strikeout.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm up there. He throws his first one, strike. I get up there, bow, strike. He throws the second one, strike. I throw mine, bow, strike. And I just remember turning around and looking at you and grinning, and I was like, about to get this.
Dude, I remember, like, specifically, dude, because I felt it. When Taylor walked up there.
So this dude throws his third one,
this
strike.
Dude's like a classic meathead, you know, tribal
and he's
armband.
not even a meathead. He's like not a big guy. He's just like,
okay. Flubhead. Whatever. But it has, you know, the tribal armbands, the flames on his arm, all that kind of stuff, whatever. Like, he's that guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Leg tattoos.
Cool, dude. Like, big earrings. I get you. Like, white shades.
Very serious. Is friendly, friendly to no one. But anyway, so he threw his last one, and basically it was like, if I knock down 8 pins, we lose. If I throw this strike, I win. And I got up there and I threw it pretty much as hard as I could. And the pins literally exploded. They looked like they just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I didn't get jacked. I didn't like pull one of those, you know, and I just turned around and kind of walked off casually. And I was like, I just came up to James with like the stiff, like,
oh yeah.
I was like, did you fucking see that shit right
yeah,
there? I was
dude.
like, fuck it.
I swear to
dude.
God, when you walked up there, the way your posture was, I could feel. I was like, dude, this dude right now is so locked in.
Oh yeah.
And, like, there's no other thought process going on in his mind except for fuck this guy, and I'm hitting that pin.
Oh yeah.
As hard as I can.
And I took it down, and we won.
Did, bro.
And we ended up sweeping them on that series, and it
Dude,
was fucking awesome. That's my favorite. I mean, 276, great. 260s, 50s, that's great.
Yeah.
But that right there was my most favorite.
We stayed at like an hour after.
Oh, bowling 2 games, drinking beers. Yeah, like, it was a good time.
Like, fuck, you know, like you beat the bully. Kind of
beat the bully. Bingo. That's a great analogy.
Like, oh man, I fucking bowl hard. Like, oh yeah, well, you know,
not hard enough.
Yeah, dude.
But it was me, you, Parker, and Randy.
That shit was awesome. I do remember that now. Damn, thanks for bringing that.
Yeah,
what a
dude.
great one to end that one on.
That was my favorite memory.
So anyway, dude, congrats.
Yeah, boys, I was gonna say we'll put the information up on the video for Beach Bowl.
Oh, for sure. They could use all the help they can get, man. COVID hit them really hard.
That'll be our small business.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. So we didn't say in the beginning, but it'll be up there from when we start.
It's a locally family-owned deal. The old guy that owned it, he passed away, so his son's got it now. COVID hit them really hard because they really depended on these. Honestly, like, it's not the everyday patron they depend on. It's the leagues they depend on.
Mm-hmm.
And that got shut down. So it hit them hard, man. And, you know, I'm just glad they're still there.
Because, like, the leagues, just to put it in perspective, if you've never done a bowling league, it's like your local bar. It's your little tavern.
And like, look, you don't need to be good. That's like the beauty of how the league is set up.
Yeah, you got the assholes, but there's more people that are like, dude, fuck them.
80% of the people there to have fun. 10% are a little competitive and not friendly, and then there's the 10% who are just dickheads and take it way too serious.
And then they got mozzarella sticks, and they're fucking delicious.
Yeah, they got arcade games too.
Yeah.
Oh, their food, I've already said it's amazing.
Well, I will say those mozzarella sticks are.
And the beer specials aren't bad, dude. They had the red hair at a Shallot.
They
$3 cans.
Edward Teach shit.
Well, and that's the thing. You can get a pitcher and all that. It's legit. It's what me and James call the home bowling house.
Yeah, I'm not, to be honest with you, unless I'm out of town and somebody wants to bowl. If you're in Wilmington, I'm not bowling anywhere but there.
Yeah.
And you live like 2 miles from the other one, but you gotta come.
I don't give a shit. I'll go 30 miles, whatever I gotta do. But I'm not bowling anywhere except for there in
you
town.
Walk in there,
you feel
comfortable.
You're right, and I got to that point even.
Yeah, dude.
I walked in, like, people started to know people, and it's like, oh shit, all right, I don't have to worry about shit. I can
I'm telling you, man, the people are awesome.
Well, and I guess the biggest point is it doesn't take that much to get comfortable. Just be friendly, and dude, you're in there.
Dude, you get to meet so many cool people. So much. I mean, it's just.
I would like
amazing.
to say, to wrap up this bowling thing, I would like to say rest in peace to Ralph
and Suki. Yeah, those were 2 good souls. Both lost to cancer.
Yep.
Rest in peace to them.
Yep.
The bowling league is great.
It is.
Congratulations again on winning the trophy.
Congrats.
That's
sorry to burn you guys' ear up, but you got me in here on one I like a lot.
Hey, you hoisted the, a legit trophy.
Yeah, the photo was great.
It's great. We're gonna put that. That's gonna be our title thing.
Speaking of guys who hosted trophies, we're gonna move on to a little bit of sports.
Yep, we will cover that.
Sad news in the baseball world. A legend, Albert Pujols,
Disrespected.
He was designated to the minors. Their first assignment.
And they waited until minor league baseball started so they didn't have to send him to the alternate site like they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to go play AAA.
No.
It's not happening.
No, it's crazy. And, like, I get it. I mean, he's older, whatever, but...
He wasn't producing. But look at what the man's accomplished. You don't do that to a guy like that. You take him. He was still their starting first baseman.
You show respect.
You take him out of that role. You make him your number 5 bench man if you have to, but you leave him in that dugout because his presence being known to those young guys that are there is way more important than anything else there.
Mm-hmm.
Big Papi, Pedro Martinez, all these old school dudes have shown look at social media. They're like, this is a slap in the face.
I mean, as soon as it came out, it was like the petition to get him back to St. Louis started.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It was like, get him the fuck out of there. Back to St. Louis.
Let him be let him sit who cares if he rides the bench? At least he gets to finish out his year in dignity. No, they released him.
It's bullshit. I did not agree with it.
Look, I get you're trying to win championships. Take him out of the. You don't have to. He was in the everyday starting.
Or
lineup.
offer him up. Like, hey, look, man, it's not gonna work. We don't. It's not gonna work out with you. We're gonna explore options to move you. Or like whatever. Don't just fucking.
And then did you see the press release that the president of baseball operations for the Los Angeles Angels? It was like a 1-paragraph thing, like, oh, what he's accomplished is great. He's been a great asset to our team. Thank you so much. We're parting. Like, dude, fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that sucked. Absolute bullshit.
And I just hate it because literally the last time I was on here, I was talking about like this is his last year of baseball. Watch it because anything he does, you're watching history be made.
Yeah. And
we are watching history
that's
today. First team to absolutely disrespect the fuck out of a legend.
Well, when's the trade deadline?
July 31st.
Yeah, so
plenty of time.
I could see St. Louis or like them doing something to get him back.
Yeah, 100%. I hated it, man. I was like,
that's messed up, man.
My opinion is
so unfortunate.
My opinion is put him on the bench, let him be one of your late inning pinch hitters, defensive replacement for somebody because he could still play first base. Like, you don't just do that. Because here's my thing: go look at their lineup now, see who they got now. I guarantee you can't name them.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I mean, are the Angels?
Trout.
Are they really good?
They're a solid team. They got a good club.
So was he that big of a blemish?
He really wasn't, man. I mean, he was batting 200.
You've been following baseball harder.
He was just under 200. He was staying around 200. He wasn't being that productive. But in my eyes, it's like
more productive than
it's Albert Pujols. Would you rather put Dickhead O'Houlihan, who has 44 at bats, MLB experience in the post, like say they make it to the post, would you rather have that guy or would you rather have Pujols up there?
Yeah. Somebody's been there.
3-time MVP, 2-time World Series MVP, first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Yeah.
Like I love Chipper Jones. He was my idol growing up. If Chipper Jones made it in a 97% in the first ballot, Albert Pujols he'll be close to Derek Jeter numbers.
Yeah.
It should be. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. He never had anything negative.
No.
Great
Great
just
guy.
Came and he played.
No. So
sucks.
I know you're never gonna listen to it, but I love you.
Hey, don't say that. He might.
In other news, your Braves pitcher hit a fucking grand slam.
Oh man, Huascar Ynoa.
Before he gets going, I would like to say, just like he said, watch out, Pujols. I was like, dude, pitchers should hit, period, because that's baseball. National League was the oldest. American League came around 20 years later. And I finally have a point proven. Doesn't happen often, but here it goes. Taylor, enlighten.
So this guy, Huascar Ynoa, basically our starting lineup, again, just like last year, took some bang-ups. It's not the starting 5 that you thought it would be. This dude, Huascar Ynoa, he was in the bullpen. Well, he started a few games for us last year, so they popped him into the number 5 spot. Well, he's been pitching lights out. He started 6 games. He's 3-0 with like a 2.3 ERA.
I'm going to do one more.
He's, sorry. He's he's pitching lights out. Well, the dude's 22 years old. He's a full-fledged athlete. So right now I think it's 5 for 12 or 5 for 13, 385 batting average, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. You see most pitchers up there at the plate, they look uncomfortable. I just showed these guys the video. Tell me he's not an athletic batting. He was
standing damn near straight up.
I mean, he's ready.
He reminded me. You look like Jay Buhner.
Yeah, I remember Jay Buhner. He was a good ball player.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, this cat. So for the first time in Braves franchise history, he He pitched 1 game in relief at the beginning of the year. He's started 6 games since then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in game 5, or not game 5, his 5th start, he hit a solo home run to left field. Now that one was more of a piss missile. It was a low line drive just over the.
It went over the fence.
Just over the fence. Well, the other night they walked. Who was batting 8th for us? I think it was it was either him or Echeverria, but they walked that guy not on purpose to get to the pitcher, but they walked the bases loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this dude comes up, and I'm watching the game live, and in my head I was just like, it would be fucking nuts if this dude hit a grand slam right now. And I shit you not. Dude, I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now because I didn't say it out loud, but I had it in my head. I was like, if this dude hits a grand slam, this would be wild. The next pitch, the dude fucking tees one up dead center, 427 feet, 107 exit velo. He pimped it because he knew he hit it that good. So for the first time in Braves franchise history, a pitcher hit home runs in back-to-back starts.
Dude.
So back to James's point, this
thanks.
cat's 22. He can hit. And I'm not saying he's going to sustain that through the full year, but right now, I mean, it's just unbelievable. It was just such a cool thing to see. It's like the little things in baseball that make it so fun to me. It's like, so when the Braves were beating the bricks off the Cubs the other night, instead of the Cubs wearing out their bullpen, they brought in position players to pitch. Well, Anthony Rizzo and Freddie Freeman are considered the 2 best first basemen in the National League. Freddie Freeman being considered the best in baseball overall, which he's been struggling this year. He'll get it together. Well, they brought Rizzo in to pitch, and he pitched against Freeman, and you might have seen that, but you couldn't wipe the smile off Rizzo's face.
Yeah, he fucking struck him out.
Both
of them were dying laughing.
They were dying laughing. Dude, it was just so cool to see. So it's those kind of things, like pitchers hitting grand slams, position players pitching, having fun. That's what the game's about.
Dude, hey, real quick, I can tell you, this man was so excited. Like, literally, this man hits a grand slam, he sends me this, hey, tell.
He's the pitcher that hit his first home run the other night. He's been like batting like 500 all year. He just hit a fucking grand slam.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was pissed off because the Mets game was postponed, so I didn't get to watch it.
That's what I love about baseball, man. It gets a bad rap for being slow and boring and all this. No, man. If you're a true fan of the game, that shit is just so cool to watch. I will say,
in terms
prayers to DeGrom. I hope everything's okay with him.
Yeah. Well, in terms real quick though, in terms of the production of baseball, like, dude, all the first baseman talking to the runner gets down there, all that little banter, all that. If the cameramen, whoever's in charge, because cameramen just do their job, they point and shoot with the camera, right? So whoever's in the production office saying, cut to this camera, cut to that, if they would focus more on the banter or the shit talking or the nuances, the game would automatically get elevated. Because the old baseball, I mean, they're getting better at it now, right? Because they've seen the ratings, right? Oh, slow, so they try to speed up the game. They do all these little things. But like older baseball, when we used to watch it as kids,
Talk about the TBS days.
Yeah, you didn't see all that stuff because it was just okay, boom, boom, very standard issue. But like, I think if the more personal they make it, because the baseball, it's a big ass field. 9 guys spread out.
A lot of stuff going on everywhere.
Yeah, so like if they could focus more on that, because that's how I feel about soccer. But it's way harder for soccer because soccer is constant.
Yeah.
Right.
I love watching it now with no fans though. You can hear them yelling.
You can hear them yelling,
that's cool.
and those
that's
are great.
Cool.
And same with like UFC when like there's nobody there, you can hear the smacks.
And the trainer tell
yeah.
them to fight.
But my thing is like, so I'll come back to baseball, but soccer, for instance, you don't get the justified view of it of how fast the game really is.
No, not at all.
Not at all, because the field is massive. The cameras are farther away than the touch line or the out of bounds line.
Right, 90% of the time you're looking at it from above,
and they're zooming in. They're
Which slows it down already,
and they're trying to do their best. They get in there, but like, dude, if one day, I don't know how they'll do it, but if they could really get in to show you how fast people's feet are moving, how fast they go over the ball or twitch or they change directions, like that will be the next level, and more people would play. Just like with baseball, if they could show how quick. Okay, so I'm playing center field. That bat cracks. If they could show the jump, they show the jump. They show, because that's what they say. Like, all right, which
reaction time?
Yeah, well, read the bat and the ball, how it's going in there.
Actually, before that even happens, you read the pitch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you
see where the pitch is going, and
you be able to view it. You don't block yourself. You help yourself out, and you see it. And then, because my dad, I'll never forget him telling me that. And I'm telling you, and this is for all you parents out there. You got your kids and he's into sports. Let them play as many sports as possible because things overlap.
Yeah, so you carry over.
Right? So I used being a center fielder and outfielder and all that from watching how people would hit the bat to how the ball got cleared out from the other team's defense to mine. So I learned how to read it. Yeah, I wasn't always the fastest, but I fucking read it and I saw it, and that's what's missing.
And that's your advantage.
If you're a single sport kid,
yeah,
especially at the beginning, you're automatically fucking yourself.
Most of your professional athletes in general, you look back, they were multi-sport athletes, at least in high school.
Fucking studs, yeah.
But so what I was going to say is that's the beauty of baseball is the science and engineering behind like the StatCast stuff now. Mm-hmm. So back when I was talking about Ronald Acuna having Tyreek Hill, goddamn, that's hard to say.
Tyreek
Hill speed.
That is hard.
Like that kind of stuff. So they do that now, like with outfielders running a ball down in the outfield and catching it. They have like catch probability. How much ground did he cover? How quick did he react? And that's the stuff that's bringing the game back, man. I love it. Like, and all these young cats that are coming up, the swag they have, I love that stuff, man. Like,
and I want to say back to your point about like seeing how fast the game actually is. I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, the MLS does MLS All-Stars versus a European squad. So this European squad plays the MLS All-Stars. It's whatever, right? In a couple of years back, they strapped a GoPro to a couple of players, and that was the feed you were watching. And now GoPro in the last 4 or 5 years has like fucking stepped it up.
But still, that camera's gonna be shaking like crazy.
Right, but it's in a chest harness, and so you're running, and you're getting a point of view from their chest, and it's insane speed. When I stormed the field, the first time I ever stormed the field at Virginia Tech, we beat Clemson, and it was on Halloween, night before Halloween. Thursday night, and they were like they were high, number 2 maybe or something. And I remember being down on the edge, and as soon as the last play, I mean, we were up, I think 12, and there was no chance for them, right? Last play of the game. We hop the fucking wall and start running on the field as the last play is happening. And I remember seeing, first of all, how big those people that were my age are.
Yeah.
And 2, how fast. I mean, I'd been on the high school football field. It ain't shit compared to college, which isn't shit compared to the NFL. And it's just like, it's just the elite of the elite. Like,
100%. Yeah. That's funny you bring up size the other day. I can't remember who I was watching the ball game with, but so like, unfortunately, our catcher, Travis Darno, had thumb surgery after that tag or whatever. But you look at Travis Darno, solid catcher. You guys like, Taylor's a big guy. Bro, you realize he's my size? And when he's standing next to the rest of the team, looks like a fucking pipsqueak.
Oh yeah.
Like you think about you didn't play in high school and stuff, but you think about your typical little league, middle school, high school second baseman. Normally a little guy. Nah, dude, they're all like 6 foot.
Yeah, they're massive.
It's crazy.
It's like the soccer players too, man.
Oh, dude, that's what blew my mind. They're not necessarily as girthy as football and like basketball and baseball players.
Large individuals.
Those motherfuckers are like 6'3", covering a lot of ground in a little amount of time.
Defenders, you want to make your presence as big as possible.
Yeah, like Sean, right?
So that the striker has to get around.
That's what I'm saying. I never realized how big some of these dudes were until you.
Yeah, my buddy Sean, Jordan's old roommate, went to London and saw a Spurs match at the new stadium and sat like center of the field.
Dude, they're huge.
Eric Dyer, who's a center back for us, he's like, dude, he's like one of the biggest people I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he's just a massive, massive man out there running very fast.
Like, it's the elite of the elite.
It is the elite of the elite. Crazy.
Yeah, my thoughts on that's like what I noticed in college, right? And a lot of coaches did this. So you had your real big guy, right? So he takes care of the headers of the punts, all this stuff. Then you got your medium-sized guy behind him that's quick. And that is like, so like he goes up the head, other guy covers, da-da-da-da. Like you have that little dynamic, like good cop, bad cop, but not really. Like they're both like hell-bent on like killing you, but it serves the purpose.
Yeah, everyone has a role, and like that's the thing in soccer is like your role also determines your size, which it can kind of translate to all sports, right?
Exactly.
Like you're not going to sign a 6'1" offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Oh, you need 6'3", 6'4",
first base,
unless it's the center.
Yeah.
But like other than that, you need massive people.
First base, you want a lefty.
Righty.
Excuse me. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, and I mean, and most first basemen.
That's what I meant to say. Most
first basemen are also big power hitters.
Yeah.
It's just like how it goes, right? Like fucking Pete Alonso.
This is just to give James, so talking about how like baseball, like you look at our shortstop, Dansby Swanson. He doesn't like a big guy, does he?
Hell no.
6'1", 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not a small man.
Mechanics. Like I said, we said on that previous baseball episode, the old ESPN Classic footage of the home run derbies when it was just like Hank Aaron, some other guy, and nobody in the stands, and they're just out there black and white picture just hitting the shit out of a damn baseball.
I love it.
I mean, dude, straight mechanics. It's like you go watch a golf tournament. Ricky Fowler, he ain't big, but he's smacking that damn ball.
God, I told you that Brian Harmon dude that we sponsor, he's 5'6".
Yeah, I mean,
tiny little man.
Yeah, I mean, he could fit in a gallon bucket.
How about
like,
the damn jockeys?
He's smacking it down the way.
And fucking jockeys riding the horses. Gotta be tiny. Speaking of.
Well, I was going to say, you got to be
sucks.
tiny for
Oh,
that.
God, yeah.
Kentucky Derby, we blew it.
Yeah, somewhat.
I blew it.
Anyway, all right. So with that, all that stuff, is there any questions on the chat?
Any questions on the chat? Josh stopped in, say hello. We were talking about soccer. Daniel bowled a 176, a 188, and a 169. So he averaged one. How is that average 162, Daniel?
It doesn't.
That's not
Move
math.
on.
But
Give me the numbers. Give me the numbers.
No, it doesn't. Don't even try.
He said DJ, his partner, was insane. He bowled a 202, 212, 223.
Okay.
Jordan's at the Whitewater Center. Have fun. Josh popped in to say hello when we were talking about soccer.
That's cool. So, future reference, we're going to do the chat thing every time now. So, if you got questions, you want to join the show, hop on the chat, hit us up. We'll cover that at the end. So
Only
you
when
stick
we're
around.
recording live, though.
Yeah, exactly. But, so that way you can be a part of the show if you want to do that.
Oh, yeah. There was some good sports this weekend that set up some finals. The Champions League final is set. Europa League final is set if you are a soccer fan. Football fans, the draft ended. No one cares after like round 3.
Yep.
Although you always look out for the stories of those late drafted guys.
I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about Mac Jones going to the Pats?
Oh, I'm glad you're here to talk about this. Okay. First of all, I'm happy as shit that the fucking Niners did not draft him. That's not our guy. That fucking dweeb. Mac Jones should go make my PowerPoint. He should edit this video for me. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be doing this to get that fucking nerd in here. But
I got to
with
tell you,
that
I'm
being said,
ecstatic.
With that being said, the history of white nerdy athletes going to New England pans out pretty fucking well. So that's the only place he belongs.
Oh,
and it's unbelievable that Belichick doesn't have to do a fucking thing and it falls in his goddamn hands.
It's wild. Well, Belichick said, Cam's still our quarterback. It's, blah, blah, blah.
No, yeah,
I think he kind of had to say that.
Yeah,
well,
right.
You want to, though. You want that kid to learn. And, like, listen, after a couple games, all right, you're good.
But I just like that when it was all said and done with Mac Jones, he basically put it out there. He's like, that's where I wanted to go.
Oh, he knew it. He knew it. And there was even chatter of the Patriots trading up a few spots to
try to get him.
And then they didn't.
And they still got him.
At the end of the day, you might be looking long term. He might be a
You know why? Because people are
this.
Listen,
yeah,
and I'll tell you why they got him is because every other team looks at Bill Belichick and they're like, don't fucking piss him off. Like, don't get on his bad side. Like, don't, because he's a proven winner. And yeah, it's a down year. Everyone knew they weren't going to win this past year.
I knew
You ought
it.
to be
I
an
hated
idiot.
it. It was a terrible year for me.
Dog, when
Of
you pay your
course.
quarterback like just at $1 million or whatever it was,
750, the veteran minimum.
yeah, you know it's going to be a bad year.
Of course. But that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, we're not going to take him. And his presence of just that, he just looks like he's fucking pissed all the time. No one would draft him. And he's like, I don't have to do anything because, 1, I'm respected. And 2, people fear me. And he got him.
Sorry, I just had to bring that up there because I was pumped about old Mac.
I totally get that. But with that,
Josh has Bill always get his guy. That's how, Josh. I just answered it. Didn't even know you asked it, but that's how he always gets his guy because of his presence and his history and his respect and his fucking terrible.
Billy plays chess,
face.
man.
That's a fact.
No
everyone's playing checkers, but he's playing chess.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Jimmy. Take us home.
All right, I'll take it home. First off, if you joined the chat, appreciate you joining. Second off, if you haven't listened to the previous episode,
you have to listen. Go watch the video.
Fit the Stage 5 days, because I'm telling you, Thomas Cannon, a.k.a. Nerd Stoke, is going to do incredible things in the future. Mark my words. But with that, I'd also like to say, Tay-Dog, glad to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm just
George.
glad I got to talk to somebody about bringing the gold home.
Hey, look, man, everybody's proud of you.
A world record holder last episode, a bowling champion this episode.
And one last little house cleaning thing. We're ironing out the shirts situation about like the design and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully,
you guys should put a couple designs up. And
That's
have
what I was
people
gonna say.
poll on
We
it.
should get the input. We're designing a logo for the Rounders, right? Our listeners.
Yep.
Which is gonna be separate from
So
our
like,
logo.
obviously,
to
the
USC.
Around with the Boys is going on the pocket, right?
have it on the pocket.
The Around with the
and thing
Boys on the
back.
website on the pocket, and then the Rounders logo is on the back. There's a
Yep.
couple in the works, but we're gonna post them up, and I think some feedback would be good. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a great
So
idea.
because we want to get those out as soon as possible, you know.
Facts.
But anyway, with that, I hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Catch you next time. Peace.